Salutations, starving artist, automatic here for automatic games. Thanks for joining me for Season 4, Episode 10 of our XCOM 2 series. In our previous installment, Alpha's squad set down in the slums of Vancouver, where they were tasked with protecting a resistance device from encroaching Advent forces, and they did so in spectacular fashion. They were able to extract intact and are once again aboard the Avenger. As for this episode, I'm going to start by taking a glimpse at the infirmary. You might note that there are no patients currently in the infirmary, and that can serve as a telltale sign that Jane Kelly is back on her feet. That means it's high time that we drop her off with the Resistance headquarters, where she will be under the care of the new Den Mother. That's right, the Vigilant Resistance movement has a second Den Mother. Anyways, Jane Kelly's service, her selfless service I might add, to the XCOM program will go down in history. After all, she got the Avenger up and running in the first place when she was at the head of Delta Squad. And so we wish her a fond farewell. We salute you, Major Kelly. And certainly, though it's a shame to see her go, we are grateful that she can walk away under her own steam. And she will be a boon to the Vigilant Resistance movement. After all, she's a top-of-the-line intelligence officer. And speaking of intelligence, we are currently scanning for more intel here at the Resistance headquarters. After all, looks like Autumn Durga has completed her Solace training, and so now she moves on to the final leg of her psionic training, and that is Fuse, thus maxing out her psionic capabilities. So she's a powerful psionic operative, as powerful a psionic operative as we can get. Anyways, we're going to turn our attention back to collecting intel, and here we go. We've got a supply raid opportunity, and Bravo Squad is on deck to undertake this mission. It'll be in Europe, and we can expect 11 X-rays on the ground.
Setting course for
So yeah, we will set course out there, and maybe we'll be able to glean some intel from this mission. Who knows? Let's have a look at Bravo Squad. Bravo is, as always, commanded by William Lee, codenamed Weasel, taking in the Icarus suit, flashbang, and tracer rounds. He is joined in the field, as always, by Joan Richards, codenamed J-Bone, taking in the Ray suit and nano med kits. Mark Jackson, codenamed Stonewall, taking in a Ray suit and venom rounds. Bryan Litener, codenamed Brylight, taking in the Skulljack and an EMP bomb. Staci Fallon, codenamed Player, taking in an EMP bomb and the Mimic Beacon. And finally, Jared Williamson, codenamed Manzer, taking in the War suit with a built-in rocket launcher, blue screen rounds, and the Frost Bomb. There you have it, Bravo Squad, as it stands for this mission. Bravo, you may board when ready.
Sky Ranger.
Squad green to deploy.
Copy. Firebrand, begin your descent.
Local resistance operatives have managed to shut down an Advent train that was passing through this area. As of yet, the aliens haven't managed to secure the location, so we're moving in to take advantage. Neutralize any hostile contacts in the AO. Secure the site and lock down whatever cargo you can find.
Seeing as Bravo Squad was going to deploy in the wilderness of Western Europe, we chose woodland camo, but it looks as if there might be snow on the ground. If that's the case, oh well. It won't be a huge setback anyhow. At any rate, Bravo Squad, whether they're dressed appropriately or not, is ready to deploy. And soon enough, Bravo is boots on the ground. Now, seeing as we are so close to the end game, one could rightly surmise that potentially this could be Bravo's last mission. We have no way of knowing for sure. We just know that we are damn close to the end. So having said that, here's hoping that this op goes smoothly. As you can see, Weasel led the way. Now the rest of the squad is moving forward by his side.
Good to go.
Brylight taking up position behind these crates. Next up, Manzer's going to move up by this house. Everyone's gone into Overwatch. Manzer will be an exception. And of course, player is always near her man, so she's moved up right next to Manzer. Alright, Manzer is going to stay put. He's going into Overwatch again. Player will do likewise. As to J-Bone, she's going to move up by this window and take a peek inside this building. The interior looks clear. Stonewall is going to go into Overwatch. Weasel will move up by J-Bone.
Good copy.
And he's going to go into Overwatch. That, of course, just leaves Brylight. He's going to move a little further ahead. In fact, a little further than that.
Stepping off.
Of course, everyone's in Overwatch, save for Brylight. Now, as far as this map is concerned, we are moving up the left flank, keeping pretty much toward the edge of this AO. We'll come back to Manzer. Let's start with J-Bone. She's going to move up to this next window. Have a peek inside there. And the X-rays she spots are not inside the building. Rather, they're on the other side of it. Look like an Archon and a Viper, so we have two on the grid. Brylight's going to move up to the window and establish some semblance of range. And he's going to use the Void Rift.
The rift beckons.
Good deal, did some damage there. And will he follow up with anything? Indeed he will. Nice. He's going after that Viper.
Big deal.
Yeah, he did not manage to truly mind control the thing because he inadvertently killed it. The Archon is on the move. J-Bone's lining up a shot. She fires and just grazes her target.
Adjusting aim.
Okay, so we've got one on the grid. Stonewall is going to utilize his grapple and get up on that rooftop from where hopefully he'll be able to take a shot at that Archon, but he cannot. So he'll go into Overwatch. Perhaps Weasel can get a shot off. He is going to utilize the Icarus jump and do pretty much what Stonewall was attempting to do, get up on the roof and put fire down on the Archon.
They see me. We've got Advent here.
Damn, okay, well, got three more on the grid. Looks like a mech, a trooper, and a stun lancer for a total of 4 on the grid. Weasel is going to direct fire on that mech. And it's good. Did some damage and shredded some armor as well. As to Manzer, he's going to move up and attempt to get a line of sight on those newly emerged X-rays. Damn, okay. Well, here comes another pod. An Andromedon and 2 troopers. Stonewall lines up a shot on one of the troopers and puts the SOB down. Good deal.
How many is that now?
As to Manzer, he's going to direct his fire against the Andromedon. So here goes. And he inflicts substantial damage.
Deflection.
He is not in a great position, though. Nonetheless, player is going to move up by his side, as she is known to do. And she, too, will fire at the... Well, actually, she's going to attempt to seize control of this advanced mech. So, she'll deploy her gremlin, and we'll take a look at her chances. 47%, it's worth a shot, so... Damn. Fell just shy of the desired mark. That, of course, gives the advanced mech a boost to its stats. That's no good.
Enemy AI still active.
So I believe we have 6 on the grid as it stands. And the Andromedon moves forward, using the rear of the train as cover. It lines up a shot against Manzer, and it does connect. It was a critical hit, but I'm not sure how much damage Manzer took. Oh, he took a good amount of damage. Here comes a trooper, also firing at Manzer, and he hits, and holy shit. Manzer's down. The mech moves up. It's firing its mini missiles, and it does damage to both Brylight and J-Bone. Comes Stun Lancer moving up onto the roof to confront Weasel. It swings, it apparently hits. Weasel should get Blade Storm, he does. That's good retaliation there. The Stun Lancer, now ablaze, drops off the roof, takes up a different position, and opens fire on J-Bone. Fortunately, it is a miss. Oh, hell. Trooper taking a shot at Weasel, scores good damage. Weasel is definitely injured. Here comes the Archon. Mercy me, he's going after Brylight. Swinging a hit, Brylight is pretty badly wounded as well. Well, folks, this kind of sucks. Not a smooth mission at all. Okay, so J-Bone's gonna move inside here, and she'll take a shot at the Andromedon. Or, well, damn it. There's a lot of wounded, so rather she's gonna utilize Restoration. That'll send forth her gremlin to every injured party in her squad, and give them medical treatment. Of course, there are those, Manzer, that cannot be healed. And yeah, that sucks. Anyhow, Stonewall is going to take a shot at the Andromedon. And it's good damage there. Now down below, player is crouched near the corpse of her man. She's going to take a shot at the Andromedon as well. You know, she's certainly having a hard time wrapping her head around what she just witnessed. And in taking that shot, she killed the pilot of the Andromedon suit. Of course, the suit reactivates. But yeah, she's certainly troubled. After all, this is a man that defied orders and regulations to come to her rescue.
I hope it's worth it.
Brylight repositions. He is going to attempt to use a psionic attack, Insanity, on the Archon. And of course, that can have various side effects. Disorientation to mind control. And it's good. And judging from the Andromedon's health, it very well could be under mind control. As to Weasel, he could reposition because he's in a bad spot, but he instead is going to take a shot at that advanced mech. And in doing so, he puts the mech down. The Stun Lancer continues to burn. And yeah, the Archon, rather, is under our control. His trooper jockeys for position, lines up a shot on Weasel. fires and misses.
Pin down here!
The stun lancer rounds a corner, takes aim on Brylight. Fires, and he too misses. Okay, this other trooper repositions, aims at Weasel, scores a hit, critical hit. As to the Andromedon suit, it closes in on player. However, it appears that it will be using all of its movements on movement.
At least we know where they are!
All of its moves on movement, that is. So it cannot attack. Back to J-Bone. Now, let's see. She's going to take a shot at that trooper outside. And she puts it down.
Enemies down!
Stonewall is going to fire at that Andromedon. Good damage. Player's going to do the same. She also does good damage, but the Andromedon suit is still in the game. Brylight's firing at the stun lancer, puts it down.
One down, thousands to go.
Oh, as to the Archon, have the Archon reposition, getting behind some of these units. Not blazing pinions, rather just a typical movement, that's all. A little bit of cover. As to Weasel, Weasel's going to move over to another area of the house rooftop where he can fire down on that, on the Andromedon. And so the Andromedon suit has been defeated. That leaves one trooper on the grid, and of course that Archon, which has regained control of its of its own facilities. Trooper fires at Weasel. It's a miss.
Fire in this zone!
And the Archon takes to the skies, no doubt, wanting to use blazing pinions. Well, that's going to compel everyone to move. Okay, back to J-Bone.
Position
She's gonna head over by this window and see if she's gonna shoot at that trooper. She can. She will. And she wounds the trooper, but the trooper is still hanging on. Now, Stonewall is gonna go after the Archon. And he puts the Archon down.
You can't handle me.
However, the blazing pinions effect is still going to come down on us. As the player, yeah, she's going to fire at that trooper. After all, that is a trooper that killed Manzer, and she has exacted revenge.
I'm running low on ammo.
Let's see, Brylight will move over by this window, and he'll go into Overwatch. Well, actually, yeah, we'll have him reload. Weasel has to move, of course. And he's going to utilize the Icarus jump. In order to do that, he'll move over by the train. Rather, on the train. And let's see, move up a little bit. And he is going to go into Overwatch. As a Stonewall, he can hold position, so he'll do that. Luckily, he was spared from the effects of those blazing pinions. The house, on the other hand, yeah. I think it needs a new roof.
That's affirmative.
J-Bone's gonna emerge from what's left of that house. She went into Overwatch. Stonewall reloads as the player. She's gonna pick up her man.
No problem.
Brylight will come out from the house as well. He'll go into Overwatch. Player wants to get Manzer out of here. Weasel can go ahead and set up an extraction point for her, so he'll do that. And yeah, he pretty much gives her his blessing. She can go ahead and extract. In the meantime, he's going to scout ahead a little bit. In fact, yeah, he'll just jump up on top of the engine, have a look around.
I've got eyes on that troops.
Oh dear. Well, I could hear that thing stomping around, so we kind of knew it was out there. And a turret activates as well, so we have 4 on the grid. A sectopod, a shield bearer, stun lancer, and a turret. Well, Weasel's seen enough. He's going to drop back down to ground level and go for cover. As the player, she's going to move up, carrying her man about as far as she can for the time being. And she's just, I mean, honestly, she's an inconsolable wreck right now. Well, here we go, folks. The sectopod starts to move. It elicits gunfire from Brylight, who does connect. And in the meantime, the sectopod is powering up one of its attacks. And is buffed by the shield bearer. Here comes the stun lancer. Alright. Taking that sectopod into consideration, J-Bone is going to fall back into what remains of the house. And she will... oh, she'll go into Overwatch.
Scanning.
Stonewall will go into Overwatch. As to Brylight, he's going to retrograde as well. He too will enter Overwatch. Now, Weasel cannot quite make it to the house. He'll do the next best thing. He'll continue to put distance between himself and these newly emerged enemies. He's gonna take a shot at that stun lancer. And it's good damage. And as the player, she is gonna set down Manzer. I mean, she's kind of she's borderline going into a rage. She wants to damage the enemy, so she's gonna go for the EMP bomb, but she doesn't have the range to do that. So Overwatch will have to suffice for the time being. Sectopod's special weapon hits the train and nobody else, unless it damages its own forces, which is a distinct possibility, as if demonstrating the uncontrollable nature of her rage. Player fires, even though she can't quite see the enemy. Here comes the stun lancer. J-Bone will fire at that, and she cuts the stun lancer down.
Target neutralized.
That leaves 2 on the grid. Sectopod and Shield Bearer.
I'm ready.
So J-Bone reloads.
I'm on it.
Stonewall is going to fire at the Sectopod right through the chimney. And despite that, he scores a hit.
Went off the armor.
Well, player's got to reload.
Ready.
If she's going to do anything at all. And she'll go ahead and fire. No joy.
Shot wide.
Menace 1-5. Watch those supply crates. If you destroy them, there won't be anything left for us to recover once the area is secure.
To hell with the supply crates.
On Overwatch.
At any rate, Brylight goes into Overwatch. Weasel's going to take a shot at the Sectopod. It connects. And he shreds some of that armor. Ooh, the Sectopod's about to retaliate. But it fails to connect. J-Bone takes an Overwatch shot at the Sectopod as it's on the move. Just nicks it.
Not even close.
Here comes the Shield Bearer. It went into Overwatch. Let's see, J-Bone's gonna take another shot. And she scores another hit. Just barely, though. Let's see if Stonewall's accuracy fares any better. Yeah, he does good damage. Good damage indeed.
Armor still holding.
Moving on.
Now, player's gonna move up. Oh, damn, the Overwatch. But you know what? She doesn't give a damn. She is wounded in the attempt, but she can barely control herself. She runs up to and fires upon the Sectopod. And that thing is toast.
Moving to Overwatch.
Okay, that leaves 1 on the grid, and that, of course, is the Shield Bearer here. Weasel closes in. Takes a swing, disabling the Shield Bearer's shields. And, of course, lighting the Shield Bearer afire. A fire. I guess that's a mix between ablaze or on fire. Damn. Shield Bearer fires at and strikes player. But she really doesn't care if she lives or dies at this point. The turret opens up on and hits Weasel. Yeah, player. I mean, she's damn near suicidal. In fact, she's going to take cover by these highly combustible containers. And she'll take a shot at the Shield Bearer. No joy.
Come on, focus.
But again, she doesn't care if those containers blow up and she goes with them. I mean, she really doesn't.
Overwatch.
See, Stonewall is going to go for that turret. Nice, critical damage.
That armor's tough.
Turret is still on the grid, though. Brylight will move up. He is going to fire at the Shield Bearer. Fails to connect.
Come on.
Okay, as to Weasel, he's going after the turret. And the turret is destroyed.
Not too shabby. My weapon's spent.
Shield bearer continues to take injury from those flames. And, did it just enter Overwatch? I think so. Well, let's see. Player is going to do the honors.
Moving to
Throwing caution to the wind, she will jump out, again giving this guy an opening to cut her down, as if she's asking for it. But the shield bearer doesn't do her that favor. Well, she can do that to him, though. And she does. The shield bearer is down. The grid is clear.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Well, damn it, folks. That ought to do it. Hell. It should be far too obvious that Bravo Squad is attempting to reflect upon and process what they just went through with the loss of Manzer, and none more so than Player. It's not lost on anybody in Bravo Squad that she went all kamikaze mode there at the end. Weasel addresses that, telling her that with the assault on the Advent Network Tower just around the bend, he doesn't know if Bravo Squad will be called upon again. But should they be deployed, he wants to be able to bring Player along with a clear conscience. That is to say, he doesn't want to bring her along if her sole intention is to get herself killed. J-Bone chimes in, reminding her that when Manzer broke all protocol and absconded with a Sky Ranger to come to her rescue, he didn't have any illusions that life would be easy for her, but he certainly wouldn't want her to have a death wish. She should see what they did for her as a gift. And whether she rejects that gift or embraces it, that's up to her. But everyone in Bravo Squad sincerely hopes that she will not only strive to survive, but that she will flourish long past this war. Now, whether she takes these words to heart or not, time will tell. I mean, she doesn't do an about-face as a result of them. She's not exactly elated, nor is she thrilled about this promotion, but she's getting one anyway. Bottom line is this: Bravo Squad wants her to remain on board. It's up to her whether or not that's going to happen. But yeah, Bravo Squad took a serious blow today. And in terms of material gains, we did get something of note. We brought back a lot, but that alien data cache, that data pad, that stands out because that is chock full of intel. Indeed, Staci Fallon is shaken. That should come as no surprise whatsoever. But again, it's our hope that she comes around. Now, we're going to turn our attention to the research lab. Dr. Tigan should look into this data pad. After all, we desperately need that intel. So yeah, there we are. You know, it's been a minute since we had him work on something, so this is a bit nostalgic. Makes you wonder what we're paying the guy for lately. Anyhow, let's turn our attention back to the geoscape. And, of course, we have that supply drop available. Oh, hell yeah, there's intel out there as well. So not only are we getting intel from that datapad scan, we can go scan for intel here. And, folks, that'll probably give us enough to go ahead and assault the Advent Network Tower. This is not to say another mission may crop up or may not crop up in the meantime. Okay, cool. Autumn Durga has completed all of her psionic training. So yeah, I guess I don't even know why we're in the Psi Lab. Let's turn our attention back to the geoscape and continue this scan.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Excellent. So yeah, that alone
Strategic resource
gives us enough
located.
intel, but add to that this 55 intel, we are solid gold. Again, one more mission could crop up, but that would be it, I think. Because, frankly, we might pick up that supply drop, and we will have to make contact with the resistance cell in, East Asia. But let's say goodbye to Manzer, shall we?
Now hear this. All hands come to attention for Colonel Jared Williamson, codenamed Manzer. Born March 7, 1999, died February 7, 2036. He was 36 years old. Colonel Williamson spent 343 days in service to the XCOM program, over which time he participated in 17 missions and has been accredited with 38 confirmed enemy kills. His epitaph shall read, Manzer was one of the best, his capabilities earning him renown among resistance outfits worldwide, and his steadfast spirit earning him a place in the hearts of those privileged enough to serve at his side. Services will be held in honor of Colonel Williamson tomorrow at 0900 hours in the Avenger Memorial. Those wishing to pay their respects are encouraged to attend. That is all.
And yeah, I am definitely sorry we lost Manzer. Especially this late in the game. And you know, viewers might think this should have gotten easier with all this new gear, but the truth is, I've upgraded the difficulty level. As it seemed to get easier, I figured I'd put it on Legend difficulty. So maybe that's what we're seeing. Nonetheless, we still have those missions where we roll right over the enemies, but we're still taking casualties. And I would take that as probably a side effect of that difficulty level. Anyways, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. I appreciate you joining me. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends.